Hi again, girls. Welcome to our Thursday class. I hope you guys are doing good. It's a nice sunny day today. It's so lovely. Okay, what we're going to do first is I have an activity for you to do in your notebooks, okay? I have a little survey about you, okay? So number one, you need to write one injury that you've had before. Remember injury from one of our units? 2 free time activities you've never tried. 3 mountainous countries that you know of or that you've been to. 4 foods that you looked up in the dictionary. So not foods that you already know. You need to look these words up in the dictionary, okay? I've done all of this for me as well, so I'll give you an example in a minute. And 5 interesting facts about yourself, okay? So I'm going to give you an example. One injury I've had is, do you remember I told you about that spider bite that I got and my leg was really, really big and fat and it was really painful? That's one injury. 2 free time activities I've never tried. I've never tried bungee jumping and I've never tried a Segway. Do you know what a Segway is? It's like a scooter, but electronic, but instead of being like this, it's like this, and you hold it and you go like, woo. I'm going to write the word down for you. I don't know if you have the same word in Spanish, but in English, I've never been on a Segway? No, must be with A. Yeah, Segway. Okay, that's a type of electronic scooter. So that's a free time activity I've never done before. I've always wanted to do it. Okay, 3 mountainous countries that I've visited or I've been to or that I know of. Switzerland. I've been to Switzerland. It's quite mountainous. I think that's about it. I also know of Pakistan. I've always wanted to go to Pakistan. It looks really cool. It's very mountainous. And Spain. Spain is pretty mountainous, especially in the Pyrenees. Okay? 4 foods that you looked up the name of in the dictionary. So something you didn't already know, you had to look up random food in the dictionary. I did the same thing, but in Spanish. I have this really cool book. I recommend you get that if you have that. It's amazing. Okay? It has a whole section about fish, and I didn't know any of them, and I'll tell you which ones I didn't know. And you tell me if you know these. Have you ever heard of La Platija? Okay, I don't know what that is, but it's called a lemon sole. I don't know. There's another one called berberecho. Okay, that's another one I just didn't have any idea about. Besides that, there are vegetables that are, yeah, I didn't know haba. I just thought it was like alubias. Nah, okay, and there's something else, hinojo. In English, we call it fennel. It's there, that one. This is a really cool book. If you want me to photocopy or take some pictures of things in this book and send it to you to learn some new vocabulary, I really recommend it because it has a whole bunch of pictures and there's like lots of different topics. If you want me to, I can send you some pictures and you can learn some new vocabulary, okay? But anyway, oh yeah, and 5 interesting facts about myself. I don't really know. I'll just say 5 like random things. I love drawing. I think I'm pretty good. Not when we're in class and I have to draw really fast, but if I take my time, I think I'm pretty good. I'm a really organized person. I really hate when everything's a mess in our house. I love exercising. I love running. But recently I hurt my knee, and every time I go running, my knee hurts, and it always hurts, and I don't really know why. I don't know, that's not interesting, but oh well. I like makeup. I like watching makeup tutorials, as you know, and doing like strange eye makeup. And the last one is I have a really strange dream destination where I really want to travel one day. I don't really know why, but I've always wanted to go to Slovenia. I don't know. I used to know somebody from there, and it just sounded really cool. And every time I look at pictures, it looks amazing. And it's a place that not many tourists travel to, I don't think. So, can you guys do this for me about you in your notebook and send it to me on WhatsApp? Okay? So, after you've done this, what I'd like you guys to do is go in your book to page 68. Okay, so just bear with me while I get the computer ready. So page 68 should be, yeah, perfect. Okay, articles. So obviously this part is about speaking, okay? And we can't speak, but Will said that every day the teachers have a Skype time when you can get in contact with a teacher on Skype. And you can have a conversation about the speaking or practice, that kind of stuff for a couple, well, for like 20, 30 minutes maybe, or maybe less, I think, if more people are interested. But my time is between 6 and 7 at night. And so if you're interested in having a short Skype conversation or going over things speaking, you can contact me between 6 and 7. Just WhatsApp me and ask me for my Skype name, okay? So have a look at number 1. You need to complete the rules with articles, the, no article, or a and an, okay? So this is something that we're going to do all together. So have a look at this, pause the video, and do it by yourself, and then we'll do it together, okay? So I assume now you've paused it and you're finished. Number 1 says we use with singular countable nouns mentioned for the first time with people's jobs and some expressions with numbers. This is going to be a or an. For example, a banana, a car. A or a, it has 2 different pronunciations, but it means the same thing. And it doesn't really depend on the culture. Sometimes I say a, sometimes they say a, and I don't know why. So it doesn't really matter what you say. With people's jobs, like a teacher, a nurse, a basketball player, a scientist, okay? And numbers. Some expressions with numbers, like we did in the last class, like a fourth, a quarter, 100, okay? 2, we use when we mention something again, or it's common knowledge when there is only one of something, with superlatives, inventions, types of animal, musical instruments, and certain groups of people. This is obvious, it tells you the answer. The young, the unemployed. So it's the, okay? Like you use the when you mention something for the second or third or fourth time. For example, look outside your window. I can see a tree. The tree there is very big, it has a lot of leaves, etc. So we say when it's the first time you mention something, the when it's the second, the third, the fourth time you mention something. Number 3 is obviously no article. We don't use any articles when we talk in general and in the plural with abstract nouns. Abstract nouns would be nouns that are not physical, like, okay, cat, bed, chair. This is physical noun. You can see it. Abstract nouns would be nouns, but they're like in your head, like curiosity, love, wisdom, things like this. Concepts, ideas. Okay, they're still nouns, but we call them abstract nouns. Or with sports, certain illnesses, and some expressions following too, such as work, bed, and school. You never say, I go to the work, I go to the bed, I go to the school. Never, never, never. I go to work, I go to bed, I go to school. Okay, they don't need any article. So have a look at number 2. Correct the mistakes in these sentences written by exam candidates, okay? So you're going to look at number 2, complete number 2, and then we're going to do it together on the board, okay? Oh no, where's my eraser? Give me 1 second. Complete number 2, and then we're going to do it together on the board. I found my eraser. Okay, so number 2 says, I have just recovered from a flu. Do you remember when we did flu and different illnesses back in the illness chapter? Well, I've just recovered from a flu. No, we always say the flu. Always, always, always the flu. Okay? Number 2, I think one of the most important inventions is telephone. The telephone. Okay? Number 3, he was an officer in army. In the army. Okay? Number 4, I think cars are greatest danger of all. So it's a superlative. You can just say the greatest. The greatest danger of all. Okay. Number 5. There was 7.8% increase in sales last year. There was a 7.8 increase, okay? Because it's a certain expression with a number. You need to use a. Number 6. I enjoy writing more than playing piano. More than playing piano. That's not wrong. It sounds okay. I enjoy writing more than playing piano, but it's probably better to say playing the piano. Okay? But it's not bad, to be honest. It's not wrong. Okay? Number 7. I am engineer in Shanghai. Okay, so it's a job, an engineer. Okay, and lastly, 8. I must tell you, I found the very interesting job. The very interesting job, no, because there's not only one. There are many. I found no, because it's a very interesting job. Okay, guys, so these are the answers, the corrections for number 2. Now, have a look at number 3, okay? You guys, we can't listen because I don't have the CD, unfortunately. I forgot to bring it the last day in the rush of being quarantined. So you're just going to have to complete number 3, and then we're going to do it together on the board, okay? So pause the video. Do number 3, please. Okay, you need to fill in the gaps with a, an, or the, or leave the gap blank if you don't need any, okay? Actually, we're not going to do this on the board because I think you can just listen and write it down, all right? So, Lena says, I think geology would be the most interesting science to study. It's a pity we don't do it at school because I like the idea of becoming a geologist. Okay? Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Okay? 7. I think the one that appeals to me most is zoology. It'd be fantastic to get a job in the countryside in Africa studying animals like the lion or leopard. Okay? Perfect. So, if you guys have any questions about that, let me know. Obviously, you can repeat the video as many times as you need to. Now, the last thing that we're going to do on this page, on page 68, because we can't do the talking part. I mean, we could do it if you want to talk on Skype another day. Look at number 6 here, the last part, which says, well, you have different questions, and you need to answer the questions, okay? I know the instructions say choose 4 of them and think of as many ideas for each as you can. I want you to answer all of them, but write the answers in your notebook. So how well is science taught at school in your country, etc., etc.? All of these questions, you need to write the answer in your notebook, okay? So what we're going to do now is have a look at page 69. Okay, so on page 69, let me just change the teacher's book. On page 69, I want you to have a look at number 1, okay? Sorry, every time it's sunny, I get really bad allergies. Don't worry, I'm not ill. I just have allergies. So, number 1, you have to match the verbs in box A with the nouns in box B to form collocations, okay? So, I'd like you guys to pause the video and do these collocations by yourself. And then after we review the collocations, we're going to do number 2. Okay? So pause the video, do the collocations, and then we're going to do it together. Okay? So let me see. Okay. So guys, the collocations are the following. Attach a file. That's what you do when you email me your homework. You attach a file to the email. You attach your work. Browse websites. Browse means look around on a website. Carry out an experiment. So let's do an experiment. Carry out an experiment. Okay. Charge a mobile phone. Okay. Prove a theory. Sorry, you can't see that. Okay. Run a program. Store data or data. I say data, but you can say data. Undo a change. Undo a change. Okay, so undo would mean like if you do something and then you want to undo it. Like sometimes if you've written on Word, like on a document, and you made a mistake or you've corrected something with the drawing thing and you made a mistake, you have to go click on a little thing to erase what you did, to go back and undo what you did. Okay, so these are the answers for the collocations. Now, can you please do exercise number 2? Okay, you need to choose the correct word, A, B, C, or D. Which words in the sentence does each form collocate with? Okay, so these are not exactly the same as the ones that we've just done, but they are important collocations. So when you're doing these collocations, you need to write in your notebook the topic science and technology and write the collocations all together in the same place so you can see where they are. Okay, so can you please do exercise 2 and then we will do it together in a second. Okay, so just put this board over here. Okay, so for number 2, it says, I'm just going to read it and I'm going to tell you the answer. So it says, Zena's voice was very faint. A, faint over the phone. I could hardly hear her. If something is faint, it means that you can't really hear it because it's so quiet. Okay? Faint has a lot of different meanings. Okay? As an adjective, it means like you can't hear somebody over the phone because it's so quiet. Or also, if you can't really read what someone's written because it's so light, it's really faint. This is the adjective form. Okay? Like if I write like this, you know, you can kind of see it, but that's really faint. You can't really see it that well. Faint as a verb means when you don't feel well and you fall over, okay, on the ground. Number 2, close any like word processing before shutting down your computer. Close any applications. Okay, I think you know this pretty well. Applications. Nowadays we say apps, but that's really only for your telephone. I don't think you would say applications for, or you wouldn't say apps for a computer. I think it's just for your phone. Number 3, it's easy to display, letter A, display the text on the screen and then edit it. Display is like show. It means the same as show. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, like this, okay? Number 4, oh no, my PC crashed and wouldn't start up at all. Crashed, okay? When a computer crashes, it's like completely frozen. You can say my computer is frozen as well, and it's the most irritating thing. I'm sure this has happened to you a lot. This happened to me yesterday when I was trying to upload videos and I was in a hurry and I was trying to correct people's homework and my computer just froze and I couldn't do anything and it just crashed, okay? It had a mental breakdown, basically. Number 5, 13 times 7 is 221, I think. Okay, times. I know this means like times, like it's 8 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock, but when we do multiplication, this is what we mean by this symbol, times. So for example, 5 times 4 is 20, okay? Or 5, so you can say times, or you can say multiplied by. That's another way to say it. Times or multiplied by. 5 multiplied by 4 is 20. Or you can say equals 20 as well. Doesn't really matter. Okay? 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 4 equals 20. 5 multiplied by 4 is 20. 5 multiplied by 4 equals 20. It's all the same, okay? But when we say times, it also means this symbol. What about number 6? The accident was caused by a combination of poor maintenance and human error. Combination. Okay, a combination of. That is a collocation as well. And number 7, I'm going to have to do it like this because I ran out of room. Number 7 is I've got a computer bug, so I'm going to run the antivirus software. A bug on your computer is when there's a virus or something like that. If you're ill as well with a cold or you're vomiting, you've got a bug. You've got a stomach bug. A bug means the same thing as an insect. Okay, so an insect like a bee or an ant or a ladybird, these are all bugs. Okay, so it can mean in many different contexts the same thing. Okay, guys? So after you've done this, I have one more piece of work for you, and it's homework. Okay, you have here the exam task. So in this exam task, the collocations are really, really important because this will help you choose the correct answer. So we've just learned some collocations related to science and technology. Now you may see some more that are with science and technology, but also you may see some general collocations. So can you please look at the exam task for questions 1 to 8. Read the text below and decide which answer, A, B, C, or D, best fits each gap. There's an example at the beginning with 0. So what on earth would we do without satellites? That's the topic. How do you do this task? I recommend, please, read the text first. Don't look at the words. Read the text first so you understand what it's about. Because if you know what the topic is, maybe you already have some knowledge and some vocabulary about this topic. And you can go and you can imagine while you're reading what things you're going to hear. And that's what things you're going to read. And that's going to make it a lot easier to do the task. Okay? So read the text first, then go back and do each number one by one, looking for collocations. What word is before the gap? What word is after the gap? Please don't use a dictionary, okay? Because that's not going to help you at all when you do this task. Do this without a dictionary. See how you do, okay? Because I want you to learn these words by going through them. And it's okay to make mistakes. That's how you learn, okay? It's important to make mistakes, actually. It's not bad at all. It's fantastic to make mistakes, okay? So go through this one by one. Look for collocations. Give me your homework. This is your homework. Give me homework, and I will correct it for you. Okay, guys? So again, like always, if you have any questions about anything that we've done today, please ask me. Also, if you feel like you don't have enough work to do and you want more English work or English homework, or videos or resources to just keep practicing, please let me know. I'm more than happy to give you any more resources or work, and I'm happy to correct it as well. Okay, guys, well, have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you next Tuesday. Bye.